Good morning, my dear students. This is chapter number 11, the most precious gift for class 7th, Moral Sciences. Dear students, examination is ahead and probably within this weekend, the date sheet will be brought out, and I believe the promulgation of examination dates will be as per the date sheets only. Anyways, let's focus on this chapter. Dear students, let me give you the brief of this chapter. This is a chapter, it's all about wise, and it's all about intelligence, and it's all about presentation. Some people know the things to do, but they don't have the presentation to present the things, so they lose the charm. Some people are clever, they know how to brush up things, they know how to do lipstick works and all, they take the full credit. So the story is like that only. There is one guy, there is one king who helped another dynasty, and in winning a kind of a war and all, so that empire, that full dynasty of that era, they are very pleased with the king's help, and they send some gifts, and king is distributing all the gifts in his court, and he was always disappointed with one guy who was very intelligent, but he always comes in the last moment. So king was worried about it, he wanted to take him to task, but by his intelligence and by his way of that seeing things and perception, he again, despite of the fact that he comes late to the court, he again wins the heart of the king. So like that, we have to go through this chapter. The story dates back to the early 16th century. Krishna Deva Raya was the great emperor of Vijayanagar Empire. Vijayanagar is a good city, big city in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, it's a kind district also. So see, there was one king. His name was Krishna Deva Raya, and he was the great emperor of that Vijayanagar Empire. You know that before that independence and all, we used to have the empires, kingdoms and all. So all these things got dethroned, and it formed the state and the union territories. Anyways, he once helped the people of the neighboring empire, Sonadurg, to get rid of the cruel king Andermukh, and made his younger brother, the just and the humble prince Surajmukh, the new king. So he before that there were fights and all between the emperors and all. So this Krishna Deva Raya, the emperor of that Vijayanagar Empire, he helped another neighboring empire, Sonadurg, because they had a very cruel king who don't know the management and all, who was very cruel. So his name was Andermukh. He helped that empire to get rid of the Andermukh, and the successor was his brother. His name was Prince Surajmukh. He was a kind and humble king. Now, after getting the new throne, means after becoming the new emperor of that empire of Sonadurg, that king, the newly king, that Surajmukh, rejoiced with the king, and he sent gratitude to Krishna Deva Raya. So he sent three caravans laden with the exceptional treasures and riches to the Vijayanagar court. So that their king, that who was winning king, he was very pleased with the Krishna Raya help, and he wanted to send him the gift. So he sent three full caravans of that treasure to the Krishna Raya court at Vijayanagar. On receiving the caravans from the Sonadurg, Krishna Deva Raya decided to distribute this new wealthy among his courtiers and military leaders. However, he wanted to have some fun with his cleverest minister, Tenali Rama, on the occasion. You might have heard some stories before about that Akbar and Birbal. Akbar was the king and Birbal was he was a very close courtier of his empire because he was wise and he was intelligent. So similarly, Tenali Rama was a courtier of that court, and he was very famous of his intelligence and his tricks. So uh, he wanted to have some fun with the cleverest minister. Okay. Though Tenali Rama was exceptionally wise and intelligent, he was usually the last one to arrive in the court just before the proceedings. Though he was never late, but last minute arrival of Tenali Rama was were slightly worrying the king, so Krishna Rama he was okay. But last moment arrival of Tenali Rama were slightly worrying the king, so Krishna Deva Raya decided to use the treasure and gifts from Sunadurg to trick the Tenali Rama. So this his one bad quality